Hello YouTubers, Charles here, back playing some more Kerbal Space Program, and I'm picking up just where we left off last time. We have this probe in orbit, but, well, it's too high of an orbit for our scanner to work, I believe. Yes, you can see we're above 1,500 kilometers. So I'm gonna do two things. First, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit so we're under that and hit the button and see if we work then. So let's try that now. If that doesn't work, we're gonna try lowering the orbit. Alright, we are under 1,500 now. Alright. Obviously, yeah, the one end of our orbit is still above, so it's quite a bit of ways above. So we're going to come here and perform this burn. It's 95 meters per second, which isn't much. However, we don't have much fuel. We are very light. We are basically a probe and a battery and a tiny engine. And some solar panels and this antenna. So we're at about 26 minutes until this burn. While this is all going on, there it is. We got the moon station lab heading out to the moon, but it's got like at least a day or so to get out there, so we can take a little time here. Alright, we're just coming in. We're gonna start moving faster and faster as we get lower. Alright, we're almost there. We got just about a minute left. And, oh, hitch there. Something. Alright, we got 30 seconds. Let's head towards this maneuver. We have SAS, but it's very simple. Just hold position SAS. And I am just gonna get lined up here, and we're just gonna run ourselves out of fuel, I believe. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, we didn't even have to use all our fuel. As we said, very light ship. Alright, let's polar. Okay. Let's finish that off. We're not polar enough. Well, that's more than twice as much of a burn. So let's see if we have the fuel for that. That's hopefully polar enough. I mean, we're just going to be definitely now using all our fuel. There goes the lab. It's still got quite a ways to go. Four, 3. Just about a minute and a half. Alright, let's get lined up there. Alright. Pretty much facing the sun. And, let's start burning in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna try keeping on this marker here. I think that's the most efficient. We didn't get all what we wanted, but we're out of fuel now, so let's see if it was enough. And it looks like it just wasn't quite enough. Oh well. Let's head back to the Space Center. It was a good try, though. Basically wasted a little fuel going a little further out than we needed to. Okay, here we are. There's the moon. And, we have, well, another 4 hours. So let's time warp out there. It should slow down to 50 just before we get there. And we need to make sure we're coming in over the pole. Okay. And we're not coming over the pole. However, we can make a maneuver to come in over the pole. And we want to come in over the pole for the same reason we were just trying to get that probe over the pole. So we can do... We have another probe with us, and we want to be able to do some scans. That is getting quite far. But that is basically right over the pole there. So I guess it's okay that's a bit high up. We can always slow down and reduce our periapsis and apoapsis until it's the orbit we want. Yeah, so we're actually going to be slowing down quite a bit. It's going to be almost 300 meters per second. We're only going 340. But you can see it is a bit off our current direction, which will give us the kind of the rotation of our trajectory. Alright. It's supposed to be in 5 minutes, but I believe the further out we are, the less fuel it'll actually take. And, as long as it's close to vertical, or polar, I should say, it doesn't exactly matter how close or far we are the apoapsis, so I'm just going to start burning now. I'm going to... Well, I'll do like this much, about a third. Because we still... We're a bit wobbly. But I think, doing a low level of thrust should keep us pretty stable. Although we are bouncing around a little, but at the moment it doesn't seem like anything we can't handle. Plus, we don't have to get completely polar, because the satellite does have a good bit of propulsion. So we almost completely got our satellite orbit changed by 90 degrees around Kerbin, and Moon's gravity is even less, so it will take a bit less energy to do that. Doing a little bit of adjustment. How we going? Alright, we're getting there. It's about 45-degree angle right now. Looks like we're coming out of a collision again. Yeah, we definitely have a periapsis now. I'm probably going to stop this when it gets about 100. We don't need to go up that high. In fact, we're just going to bring it back down again. So I'm going to stop this when it hits 100, and we can do the rest of the maneuvering with the satellite. There we go. So that's pretty close to polar. So we're going to end this maneuver. And we're going to get into orbit. And we want a pretty circular orbit, at least as close as we can. Come on, is that gonna... There we go. Get this down to about 100 as well. Alright, we apparently are not on... There we go. Alright. So we have that burn planned. 51 seconds. We should have the fuel for that. So let's time warp here. Got about 2 hours, hour and a half, 1 hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. You can see the ball spinning there. That was us close to the pole. And we got about 3 minutes. until the burn. I think we're gonna wind up going in the dark side during this burn. Let's get all lined up with our target here. That's pretty good. A little bit of wobble. That's alright. I'm gonna go until about, well, 30 seconds. And yeah, we're on the dark side now. There's Kerbin. And, you know, I'm gonna actually start the burn now. I'm gonna go about 3/4. Or 2/3. 2/3, not 3/4. I know it's a bit hard to see. But basically, I want to prevent wobble as much as possible, so that's why I'm not going up full. You can still see we're wobbling slightly. And we're wobbling more now that I tried to adjust this more on the target, but that's alright. We're halfway through we're at the node. We're a little more than halfway through the burn. Well, here comes our orbit. Picking up some significant wobble. I'm going to throttle down a bit. But we're close to circular, so hold together for a few more seconds, and I'm gonna cut. All right, we're still here. We're gonna be bouncing around for a bit, but we're still in one piece, which is just what we want. Alright, I'm going to get ready to launch this. So I'm going to extend these panels. Come on. Alright, that battery is basically fully charged. We're going to be down to 2,000 units on the actual lab, but that's okay. That was the whole plan. That's 45 units of fuel there. We're gonna decouple, and hopefully the ring. Yes, the ring is loose as well. And, alright, we're on this little probe now. Let's deploy the scanner. And, we are between 25 and 1,000 kilometers. We just must not be polar enough. So we're going to add a maneuver here. That raised our apoapsis a bit. We can bring it back. And that should actually help us get into a more polar orbit. That's the wrong way. Let's... by 97, and if that's not polar enough, I don't know what is. Alright, that burn is in about a minute. So we're getting ready to make that. Let's time warp just a little bit here. And I'm going to throttle up at 5. It was a little late. Alright. Hopefully that will be polar enough. Okay, that seems to have been polar enough. We are sending the data. Using up a good amount of electricity. But, well, there we go. Apparently we're too far from the station. Let's switch to the station. And hopefully, yeah, we're 6 kilometers away already. If we go to map view... well, not of... Here we go. Oh, there we go. Or, alright, we can now... adjust the cutoff. Alright, there's a good amount of ore there. A few other places. Where are we going to fly over next, though? It's actually, that little crater there. It's not as hot as this, but it's decent, and it's probably a biome we haven't been in yet. But what that means is we have a lot to do, and a very short time to do it in. We got the burn in just a minute and 20 seconds. that looks decently lined up. Alright, we have to do this burn. We have to then somewhat quickly maneuver the tower onto the station base and prepare for landing. Alright, it's pretty good lined up. That looks good. I'm gonna start burning at maybe 10 seconds now. Alright, that's looking decent. We want to add a maneuver here. Say here. And that will bleed off all our speed, so we're coming straight down. We're back out into the sun. Sort of. Yeah, there we go. So now we have 15 minutes to do quite a bit. We're basically done with this. We can't land with this. We have 4 rockets here that we're going to land with. But before we can land with them, we have to get rid of this engine, because that's going to make us off balance. So let's do that now. We also now need to move the tower, and we have about, let's say, 10 minutes to do it in. So let's do this. Well, we don't want that. We want this tower. Okay, let's turn on RCS, which is our only thrust, and move slightly away. You then want to set that as our target. Alright, which... trying to figure out which way is which. If we have the... Ooh, that spins fast. It's down, it's up. Okay. We're going to move this way. And turn. And let's turn on SAS, because I forgot it was not on. Okay, yeah, that tower light is helping. That's the wrong way. I want to be going this way. We kind of lost that timer. Up, 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 and let's all end so we're not... It's backwards. Yeah, that's all backwards. Let's... That'll be better. Now when I press L, I am going leftward. Okay. We're doing okay. We're going to miss the solar panels, which is somewhat important. Alright, you can see we're almost lined up. Go down a little bit. Alright, we're facing it. We're heading towards it. I said... Here we go, we're heading towards it. Probably should have said control from here. Not sure if I did or not. We want to rotate 90 degrees so the lights are off to the top and bottom. And, hey, there we go. We have enough solar power. So we want to turn those off. Let's say control from here. Let's hit the map. Okay, that is still there. It's roughly over a good spot. Just going to move it back a little bit. So in case we overshoot. That's a... It says it's a 2-minute burn, but I don't really trust it. Mostly because we've never fired these engines before. In fact, they're not even the same engines we put on it. The 1.05 changed the look of the engines. They used to have a little connector that would actually touch, but now they don't. I think these will look nicer on newer rockets because they'll be more flush. I know I'm going over episode time, but I want to get this landing in. Alright, we're still wobbly a bit. I don't think it's quite as bad because we're not quite as long. At least that's my hope. While we're here, I might as well put the gear down. Alright. We got some time. So let's time warp here. I'm gonna go until just a few minutes. I think that's the crater there that we're going for. Going under the pole now, or close by it. That looks like the crater there. Alright, I'm going to rotate us 90 degrees. And I'm going to actually say control from here. So when that's pointed directly to the ground, Alright, that was all wacky off. That's the crater we're going for. I'm gonna begin slowing down. We actually have a decent rate of slowing down here. I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to recreate this node. Or maneuver. I'm not sure how that got all 3 years on us, or how many years it was. 31 seconds. Alright. Let's start it. We're over a nice flat point. A little wobbly. Don't fight it, just... Alright, we want to get going straight down. That's close to straight down. And it's close out of control too. Part of the problem is we do have that SAS module here that's providing torque, or at least it was intended to help hold this part stable. But this also has a SAS module, and sometimes they're at the wrong, or different angles, I should say. And they kind of fight each other at that point, I think. Alright, we are coming down in this larger crater area. That looks actually pretty straight down. Hopefully we are going to miss the edges of these smaller craters. It looks like that if we are indeed coming straight down. We're still high. We're over 15 kilometers. I actually didn't catch our altitude when we started. Didn't line up exactly 90, but that's okay. Alright, if we hit 250, which I think we will soon, I'll begin slowing down. Decent amount of fuel left. And the whole point of this is that we will be able to drill for fuel. Let's 6,000. Let's begin slowing down. Alright, we're slowed down to about 30. Just trying to get us exactly coming straight down. Trying not to get too much quicker. Alright, we're slowly slowing, which is good. We just don't want to be adding any horizontal movement, or not much. Um, 10 is a little too slow for this altitude. So basically you want to be holding steady, not too much faster. Alright, we are getting close. 20, 15. We have too much horizontal momentum at this point. And I'm not really sure how to stop it. Alright, this is going almost straight up. So if we can counter that into going almost straight down, that would be great. $13, 12, 10, 9, 7, 6. Alright, we wanna... This is good. We're going actually too slow. 3. I think that is actually good. Hey, we made it down. I think we're gonna end the episode there. Formed a docking maneuver. I think we did suborbital. That may be a new one with the 1.05 update. And what else do we get here? New outposts on the moon. Hey. Alright, before we call it here, we're just gonna extend our solar panels here. Come on. I said, alright, let's do the near one. We're actually, hey, we're actually full up. The engines, I do believe, produce power, so that would explain that. Well, we got our lights here. Next time we'll come back, we'll take some science. We'll hopefully get some ore so we can refuel ourselves. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time from our new moon station. Thanks for watching.